You are listening to Cool FM, live from Cool Studios. This is Cool News at 4.
Good afternoon, and this is Cool News at 4. I'm Cairo. Let's get into the headlines. At least 843,000 pesos worth of shabu and two illegal firearms were seized from three suspects in separate police operations into Laguna Town on Friday. Police said in a report on Saturday, September 14, that law enforcers arrested the three suspected drug traffickers during by-bus operations in Santa Cruz and Majayjay. According to the police report, anti-narcotics operatives in Santa Cruz colored Jeffrey after he sold a pack of shabu to an undercover police officer in a transaction held in Barangay Gong around 6 p.m. on September 13. The suspect was also found carrying an undocumented caliber .357 revolver with 6 bullets. The same police team also busted Eric's son in another sting operation in Barangay Gadid around 9:15 p.m. Authorities seized from the suspect 3 sachets and 1 nut-type plastic bag of shabu weighing 50 grams and worth 340,000 pesos and an illegal caliber .45 pistol loaded with 5 bullets. Meanwhile, police officer in Majayjay town nabbed a Tony around 6:30 p.m. in Barangay Panglan, also on September 13. During the drug sting operation, he was caught in a possession of 4 sachets of meth worth 102,136 pesos. The police report classified Jeffrey and Erickson as high-value individuals, or HVI, in the illegal drug trade, while Tony is listed as a street-level drug pusher. The 3 suspects are under police custody and are facing complaints of violating the Comprehensive Dangerous Drugs Act of 2002. The 2 suspects arrested in Santa Cruz town will also be slapped with another case for illegal possession of firearms. The satisfaction rating of President Ferdinand Marcos Jr.'s administration increased by 11%, not percent, 11 points, the social weather station said on Friday. Taken from June 23 to July 1, the SWS National Second Quarter Non-Commissioned Survey found that 62% of adult Filipinos were satisfied. 50% were neither satisfied nor dissatisfied, while 22% were dissatisfied with the general performance of the government. The net satisfaction rating of 40 points is classified as, by the Social Weather Survey as good, which is an improvement compared to the 29 points net satisfaction rating under the moderate category recorded last March. However, the current net satisfaction rating of 40 points is still lower than the excellent rating in December 2023. It is 12 points below the 52 points recorded during the period. Marcos' net satisfaction rating in Metro Manila was excellent at 52 points, good in Bangladesh Luzon and Visayas at 48 and 32 points, respectively, and moderate in Mindanao at 25 points. The SWS also said Marcos' satisfaction rating rose in these 4 areas compared to March. Net satisfaction with the Marcos admin rose from good to very good in Metro Manila, up by 9 points from 43 to 52. It stayed good in Bangladesh Luzon, although up by 6 points from 42 to 48. In Visayas, the net satisfaction rose from moderate to good, up by 14 points from 18 to 32 points. It rose from neutral to moderate in Mindanao, up by 19 points from 6 points to 25. The survey was conducted using face-to-face interviews with 1,500 adults nationwide, with 600 in Bangladesh Luzon and 300 each in Metro Manila, Visayas, and Mindanao. It has a positive negative 2% error margin at the 95% confidence level, with positive negative 4% error margin in each area. Authorities were looking for former presidential spokesperson Harry Roque following the House Quad Committee's arrest order against him, House of Representatives Secretary General Reginald Velasco said on Friday. It was already served in his law firm, but he is not there, cannot be located. So the law enforcement agencies were informed to look for him and serve the arrest order, Velasco told reporters in a phone interview partly in Filipino. Roque was invited to the House probe as he was allegedly linked to the operation of Philippine offshore gaming operators, which he repeatedly denied. On Thursday, the House Quad Committee held Roque in contempt and was ordered detained in the House for the second time. The second contempt stemmed from Roque's continued non-compliance with the lower chamber's subpoena ordering him to submit his statements of assets, liabilities, and net worth from 2016 to 2022, his and his wife's Malia's income tax returns from 2014 to 2022, and the respective medical certificates. The panel also ordered Roque to submit the extrajudicial settlement of the estate, including tax returns of his late aunt, and the deed of sale with tax returns and transfer of property of the 1.8-hectare property in that multinational village in Paranaque City that his family sold. Roque will be detained until he submits the documents or until the Quad Committee is dissolved. On Thursday, Roque slammed the House panel's move, calling it a kangaroo court. Roque was also ordered detained last month, but only for 24 hours, for supposedly lying to the Quad Committee as to why he failed to attend the first hearing in Pampanga. He is linked to Lucky Star 99, the raided Poco hub in Porlac, Pampanga, after documents with his signature were found by operators, but Roque has repeatedly denied having any links with the Poco hub. On the issue of Pogo, Casara Leong clearly stated that I was not a lawyer of Lucky Star 99. This should be the end of the story, Roque said in a statement on Thursday, referring to the official representative of unlicensed gambling hub Lucky Star 99. And Japan and Philippine officials met last week to strengthen partnership and cooperation on disaster risk reduction and management at Camp Carmen, Quezon City. The Japan Ground Self-Defense Force and Japan Ministry of Defense representatives visited the Office of Civil Defense, and during the meeting with Philippine officials, the various systems, mechanisms, and efforts relative to the Philippines DRRM were presented and discussed. Japan, whose best practice and DRRM are invaluable and worthy of emulation, is one of the Philippines' steadfast partners in DRRM. And Antonio Trillanes IV will run for mayor of Caloocan City in next year's midterm elections. Today, I formally announced my candidacy for mayor of Caloocan City in the 2025 elections. Change is coming, or parating na po ang pagbabago. The former senator said in a post on X, formerly Twitter, on Saturday. It is now 4:10 in the afternoon, and we will get into the headlines from around the world. That's coming up next right here on koolNews at 4. Stick around, we will be right back.
Direk, yan mo na si ate. Kasi sa isang piso lang, makakalaro ka na sa Bingo Plus. Malay mo, mapanulunan mo pa ang jackpot prize.
Welcome back to Cool News at 4. China on Saturday accused Berlin of heightening security risk in the Taiwan Strait a day after two German military vessels sailed through these sensitive waters. And this is the first headlines from around the world. German Defense Minister Boris Pistorius confirmed on Friday that the frigate Baden-Württemberg and the supply vessel Frankfurt am Main sailed through the strait. The German side behavior increases security risk and sends incorrect signals, Chinese military spokesperson Li Shi said in a statement. U.S. military ships, as well as those operated by other countries, have often sailed through this sensitive waterway. But the Beijing-Württemberg's voyage was the first time in more than 2 decades that Berlin's navy had done so, according to German media reports. Beijing views Taiwan as a renegade province and claims jurisdiction over the body of water that separates the island from the Chinese mainland. Germany and many other countries argue such voyages are usual, citing freedom of navigation. China's Li said Saturday that the People's Liberation Army had sent sea and air forces to monitor and warn off the German vessels. Beijing's troops in the area would resolutely counter all threats and provocations, Li added. The two vessels were headed from South Korea to the Philippines, German Defense Ministry officials said. Pistorius said Friday that the course charted by the vessels was the shortest route. It is the safest route given the weather conditions, and these are international waters, so we are sailing through them. Though Taiwan only has only a dozen diplomatic allies, it remains strong partnerships with various Western democracies such as the United States, which is its biggest weapons supplier. Beijing has in recent years engaged in an escalating campaign of intimidation against Taiwan, including through large-scale military exercises around the island. The Chinese government warned this year that Taiwan independence forces will be left with their heads broken and blood flowing. Chinese state media reported in June that Beijing could impose the death penalty for particularly serious cases of what it views as separatism from Taiwan. German Chancellor Olaf Scholz said Friday when asked about the vessels that there is not much to say, it's an international waterway. Taiwan said earlier this week that it welcomes and affirms Germany, along with the US, Canada, and the Netherlands, for taking actions to demonstrate the legal status of the Taiwan Strait as international waters while defending freedom of navigation and maintaining regional peace at the same time. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un pledged to deepen ties with Russia as he held talks with visiting Security Chief Sergei Shoigu, state media reported Saturday. Western powers have accused cash-strapped North Korea of selling immunization to Russia in defiance of sanctions over the more than 30-month war in UK. North Korea has recently bolstered military ties with Russia, with President Vladimir Putin making a visit to Pyongyang in June, where he signed a mutual defense agreement with Kiev. Pictures in North Korean state media showed Kim and Shoigu hugging and smiling at the end of their visit, with the North Korean leader wishing the respected President Vladimirovich Putin good health and success in his work. The pair were described as having had constructive talks in a friendly and trustworthy, warm atmosphere. The exact location of their meeting was not disclosed, but experts suspect it was the Kumsusan Guest Palace in Pyongyang, which has hosted both Putin and Chinese President Xi Jinping. There was a wide exchange of views on the issues of steadily deepening the strategic dialogue between the two countries and strengthening cooperation to defend the mutual security interests and on the regional and international situation, North Korean state media said. Kim affirmed that the DPRK government would further expand cooperation and collaboration with Russia based on the treaty they signed in June, it added using the country's official name. Russia's Security Council said on its website that Shoichu's meeting with Kim will make an important contribution to the implementation of the defense pact. Shoigu heads Russia's Security Council after stepping down as defense minister in May. He last met with Kim in July 2023 during a celebration in Pyongyang for the 70th anniversary of the 1953 Korean War armistice. Their latest meeting comes 2 days after North Korea fired multiple short-range ballistic missiles into waters east of the North Korean peninsula. So its Joint Chiefs of Staff said the testing speed was possibly of weapons meant for export to Russia. On Friday, North Korea released images of its uranium enrichment facility for the first time, and Kim stressed the need to further augment the number of centrifuges in order to exponentially increase the nuclear weapons for self-defense. The United States and South Korea have accused North Korea of supplying ammunition and missiles for Russia's war effort, a claim Pyongyang has called absurd. A conflict armament research report this week used debris analysis to show that missiles produced this year in North Korea are being used in Ukraine. Russia, a historical ally of North Korea, is one of a handful of nations with which Pyongyang maintains friendly relations. Ties have warmed since the 2022 start of the Ukraine war ruptured Russia's relations with the West. Prince Harry was always something different. From the moment he first appeared in public, snuggled in Princess Diana's arms outside the London hospital where he was born in 1984, Harris was the gingham-haired stump who stuck his tongue out at photographers. He grew to be a blusterous adolescent who was roundly criticized for wearing a Nazi uniform to a custom party, and then a young man who gave up the trappings of royal life and moved to Southern California with his American wife. Through it all, there was a sense that Harry was rebelling against an accident of birth that made him, in the harsh colossus of the House of Windsor, just despair. As the second son of the man who is now King Charles III, he was raised as a prince but wouldn't inherit the throne unless his brother William came to harm. Now the angry young man is turning 40, the halfway point in many lives, providing a chance to either dwell on the past or look forward to what might still be achieved. For the past 4 years, Harry has focused mainly on the past, making millions of dollars by airing his grievances in a widely successful Mirror and a Netflix documentary series. But he faces the likelihood that the royal aura is so critical to his image may be fading, said Sally Bedell Smith, author of Charles's Passions and Paradoxes of an Improbable Life. He is at a sort of the crossroads, Smith told the Associated Press, and he appears to be struggling with how he wants to proceed. All right, now it's time for showbiz happenings. Lisa Sobrano has parted ways with her talent management Careless, the agency announced on its Instagram page. On Saturday, September 14, the label confirmed that Sobrano is no longer under its management since July 29. Lisa Sobrano is no longer under Careless Music Management effective July 29, 2024, read the post. Careless said it was a pleasure working with the 26-year-old actress. It has been a pleasure to have represented her, and we wish her the best in all of her endeavors, concluded the statement. Early this month, it was reported that Sobrano had apparently had unfollowed the talent management on Instagram. Sobrano's former talent manager, Augie Diaz, claimed in his previous blog that the former is no longer friends with the company's founder, actor-singer James Reed. Diaz also stated that the Dolores Moore, actress, is in the United States, allegedly with Jeffrey O, who he said is no longer the CEO of Careless. The showbiz blogger also discussed the rumors about Sobrano and O's rumored romance, although no confirmation was made from both parties as of this writing. The Lisa Frankenstein star left Diaz management after 11 years and signed with Rick's Careless in 2022. In February, Rick stated that 2024 was an quote-unquote exciting year for Sobrano, especially after her Hollywood stunt. There are other projects in the pipeline ready. It's going to be a very exciting year for Lisa. She has a lot of projects coming soon. We're excited for projects both abroad and locally, he said at the time. And fashion influencer Heart Evangelista said that sometimes she gets lazy to attend some fashion week shows, discovering it as possibly a sign of aging. On her recent Instagram live, the actress fashionista was asked by her followers about her absence at the New York Fashion Week last September 6 to 11, and she said that she chose to attend the birthday party of her husband, Senator Cheese Escudero's kids from his first marriage. I don't know. I feel like I was supposed to be there for a cause and for a few brands, but I didn't get to go because I have work here in the Philippines and also because it's the birthday of the twins, so they're turning 17, she explained. And 17 is not a joke. I have to be here and I don't know. Actually, before I will go for like 3 days for a show and then I'll come back. I think it's the sign of aging. Sometimes I get already lazy, added the fashion icon. The 39-year-old actress further explained that she has to accommodate many shows so that sometimes she just wants to choose her personal lookout or event. So sometimes I'll go, but I am a little tamat because I will gonna go. I'm gonna do Paris, Milan, and then gonna fly to Bangkok. So I'm gonna be gone for almost a month. So I have to choose my lookout, she stated. Last month, Evangelista announced that she would skip the New York Fashion Week because she had prior commitments while affirming that time is precious and health is important. In the same Instagram live, the Kabuso actress was also asked about her comeback in the silver screen as well as television. I am working on the movie. I cannot say yet what movie, but I think it's next year, and I'm working on two movies next year. I am very excited about that. I haven't done movies in a long time, so I'm excited, declared the actress. One is something that we're gonna shoot here because it's gonna be essential in a very artistic, beautiful way. I really want to do something dark, and then I will gonna do a love story, she said, adding that she's also doing a surprise series on GMA Network set to air in October, that is next month. And that is it for Cool News at 4. As always, if you have any news suggestions or feedback that you would like to share, you can get in touch with us at tvhthephilippines.news@gmail.com. Until then, I'm Carlo. We will see you later for more news headlines with Cool News at 6. Good afternoon.